There were 2 murders again in Beaufort over the weekend, and that brings us to 3 murders in 3 days. Um, what
Well,
exactly
well,
do? Because
again, I see very concerning, very concerning. But I can't tell you what happened. The police, I met the police this morning, they are investigating. Very concerning to me. It seems as if that we've found it is back in the drive-by shootings. Very concerning. What I can say is the police are investigating. They tell me that they think they have a sequence as to what happened, but again, I will not profess. Going to get criticized to be a policeman or be an investigator. My father was, not me.
okay,
So I will not make any pronouncements on the investigation. What I can tell you is that 2 people got murdered again. Very concerning. My condolences to the relatives. The police, I was a meeting the police high command this morning. They promised to make all, to leave no stone unturned in trying to solve what happened. They themselves are concerned. But according to them, they have an idea as to what happened. But I will not make any pronouncements because I'm not an investigator.
what I'm asking, do we still have the presence of the RSS in
The RSS have left because all the governments wanted their troops back because all islands have that problem. Every island, it's a pandemic. It's very sad. I know it's very convenient for us to pretend as if it's a solution problem. It's very convenient for us to pretend that. Very convenient. It's a pandemic in the region. It's almost a pandemic in the world. You know what's happening in England? England has got the spike of murders. I'm not making any excuses, I'm stating the facts. It's a pandemic. Something's happening in the region. Anytime you pick up a phone and you speak to a head of government, he tells you 2 things: crime and inflation. It's a pandemic. Something that concerns all of us. Concerns the police, concerns the citizens, as to how you can point your finger at a solution I am ready to accept from anybody. A solution to that problem. A problem that existed for a long time that has got worse over time. I am at the mercy of anyone to tell me what, as Minister of National Security, that we can do, me individually or collectively, to solve that problem.
We'll take 2 more questions.
So in April of this year, you made an announcement with regards to a statement that was made by the opposition about the possible bribery of officials on the Firearms Licensing Board. You had announced that they had not met. We're now in August. What's the status on the Firearms Licensing Board?
Well, there was never bribery on the Firearms Licensing Board. There was never a Firearms Licensing Board that had met either. It has never met.
Yes, we said that.
The chairman has been appointed. The chairman is an ex-commissioner of police, Mr. Moncherry. I am not involved in the mechanics of the licensing board. What I know is there's a chairman and there's a board, so I think that you could probably ask him whether they've met. I'm not sure whether they've met. But they had not met, and there was no bribery.
Last question?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, back to crime. And so there have been reports circulating about the performance of the police officers. Some quarters of the public are saying the recovery of firearms and ammunition for this year is less than prior years, and that the police are unable to be solving murders and these things, and that we are on a trajectory to increase the homicide count and break records of last year. As Minister for National Security, what can you say about the performance of the police?
Well, policing is a difficult job. Very difficult. But I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. The police tell me that there is knowledge on the streets as to every crime that's committed, but the people are not coming forward. That's what the police tell me. I'm not the one who says so. As to the performance of the police, as far as I know, most of the police are trying their best. But it takes one policeman to create problems for the entire force, just one. And unless we can instill in the police, in every police officer, a sense of responsibility and a sense of trustworthiness, these problems will continue. Because sometimes it takes one policeman, just one policeman, to speak out of turn, and the whole investigation goes wrong. So I think most of the policemen, I'm very happy with them, but as usual, there are always those who don't perform. You want to have a question?
Is there an update on the special prosecutor?
Yes, the special prosecutor. I'm very, very excited about the special. The special prosecutor is coming. Will be here. We're not. You see, the special prosecutor is not a revenge prosecutor. The present prosecutor is going to look into dealings of the government that were not proper. An office has been set up, and then a special prosecutor will be appointed, not by us, by the Judicial and Legal Commission very soon. But a special prosecutor is well in the cards. It hasn't ended yet.
Previously, you said you spoke about revamping the judicial system, adding more judges, the judicial system, hiring more judges, especially to speed up the cases.
That is there. The money has been budgeted for, but again, like in all things, it's beyond my control now. You see, many times we get blamed for everything. Prime Minister gets blamed for everything. But in the recruitment, like is in the airline business, the recruitment of pilots is difficult because the pilots have to get trained, and since COVID, there are no pilots to get trained. So you see, even though you have an aircraft, but we don't have a pilot to fly it. So all these things are beyond our control. COVID created a lot of disruption in the world. Disruption at all levels. Some people are just not returning to work. And right now I heard there is another strain of COVID is back on. I hope and I pray that it doesn't happen like before, and we make sensible choices. We're going to wear our masks if we have to. But COVID disrupted the entire world. So this problem, again, a problem. Supply chain issues. Since the situation like that exists at Bordelais, we cannot get it. You cannot get the equipment to St. Lucia. They just can't come. Vehicles, they just cannot find them because of supply chain issues. You understand? So it's a very complicated scenario. So a lot of things you want to do, but it's like inflation, very stubborn, not going down. In the US, the Federal Reserve Board has reduced the interest rate, has increased the interest rate to try to combat it. It is not going down. It's stubborn inflation. And that's why when I asked people in St. Lucia, tell us what to do. I mean, you're in opposition, you must say things that you think people want to hear. But fact is, under the circumstances, we are doing very well. It's the first time in St. Lucia that 3 hotels are being built together. It never happened before. Pre-COVID, there was no hotel built in the country. The last 2 hotels in this country were the Harbour Club and the Royalton Hotel. All of them were built when the St. Lucia Labour Party was in government. That's a fact. And all the hotels prior to that were built when the Labour Party government, when yours truly was Prime Minister, was Minister of Tourism.
Can I ask one last
Yes.